Welcome back here live on YouTube. We are here to give you guys today's NBA show 12/14/2021. And joined with JoJo, the twin, the Oetjen twins. What's up, Joe? We ready for this 3-game slate?
Absolutely. It's going to be a good night. We've got Steph in the Garden ready to set the record. Had a rough night last night. Went 0-3. That's why I had to put the jacket on today. Had the tank top yesterday. It was too hot. Now it's too cold. So here we are ready to bounce back and get this night going. Come on.
All right, let's jump into it. Today's player props and bets for today. Like JoJo said, we got Golden State Warriors at the New York Knicks in the Garden. 5-point spread here. The total at 212. I'm leaning the over. I actually have taken the over already myself. What are we doing, Joe?
I mean, it's Steph in the Garden. He only needs 2 threes to break the record. I mean, my thought is once he breaks that record, he's been having a lot of pressure on him this whole time. It feels like he even talked about it last night in a post-game interview. It's just he can't ignore it, right? I mean, he shot 15 threes last night against the Pacers, and they were doing everything they could to stop him from shooting threes. So once he gets those 2 threes, the Knicks defense has been poor. The Knicks didn't start Kemba the other night.
He's been in the doghouse.
It looks like he's going to be out. I mean, he's going to be gone soon. Thibodeau and him, they ain't getting along. It's time for him to go. So he's done. There started Quentin Grimes last game against the Bucks. Steph Curry against Quentin Grimes. Are you kidding me? If not him, it might be Emmanuel Quickly, some other guys that might be guarding him. But the Knicks defense has been atrocious. So give me Steph in the points. I know Noah already laid some on him, maybe a little bit heavier, a few units on it. It's a good night. It's on national TV. I mean, I'm taking Steph tonight, and I'm taking the Warriors to cover. I probably won't touch the team total because I think the Knicks might get ran.
Yeah. I like the whole total as a whole over the 212. Like Joe said, Steph in the Garden. It's a little bit of a fanboy pick, taking him over the 25.5 and over the 5.5 threes. Haven't really taken it since he's been this close, so luckily we've just been waiting for it. So here we are. So I'm really excited about this one. Like you said, it's just a tricky one because everybody's been playing Steph so differently. They just we're not getting beat by this. The Pacers didn't want to get beat. Portland didn't want to get beat by it. But tonight, I mean, it's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Now that it only needs 2, I feel like, we know the Garden is going to be. The Garden was chanting, I think it was KD MVP at the Garden, or they were getting chanted MVP. The Knicks fans are atrocious. Man, they're going to be cheering. They're going to be wanting this record to be set. And once he hits those 2 threes, that place is going to be going nuts.
Remember that?
Oh, it was the Nets. Okay, so it was Brooklyn. I forget who it was.
With that transition,
it was embarrassing. They were
transitioning.
But it was in Brooklyn. I mean, it was close. The same people are going to be there tonight. They were chanting MVP for Steph. It was Steph, and they played the Nets.
They don't have much to cheer about over there.
Nah.
Big news today. KD, a little bit of an ankle sprain. We don't know the severity of it, but that kind of came out just a little bit ago. If he's out, I really like James Harden over points tonight. It's at 24.5. If KD's out, I mean, we're only going to project Harden for 28, 29 points. I really like that. I went ahead and took it. It's one of those things where I just don't think they're going to play him. It's not a back-to-back, but I like it there at 24.5. As far as the spread and the total, 5-point total here at home against the Raptors. What are we doing?
Well, that's one thing you can do. If you can take the over now of Harden, and if KD gets ruled in, maybe just take the under and minimize your losses a little bit. But you already have that edge. I mean, you can leave it if you want. But if he's ruled out, that's a great number to get at, like Noah said.
Yeah.
The Raptors love to run. We talked about it against the Kings last night. They just pushed the pace. And like we had predicted, they blew out the Kings pretty handily. The Kings suck. I mean, they're so bad. So I expect VanVleet to have another good night. He only had to play 23 minutes last night, so fully healthy. It's a tough trip. They're heading across town, but Scotty Barnes, again, I think is in a good spot. He's so good in transition. He facilitates. He makes plays. He's a rebounder, man. He goes after every rebound. It's a guy you love on your team, and that's why Nick Nurse loves him so much. I mean, he's talked him up all year, and I have too. So I love Scotty Barnes here. His prop was at 13.5. I really like that. If it comes back up on FanDuel at 13.5, I'll be firing away on that. Right now on DK, it's at 14.5. So I still kind of like it, but 13.5 I think is just a really good number. I would fire away there. Any other thoughts on that game?
Yeah, a lot of times in pace-up games where one team's going to be a little bit higher pace, obviously the Nets like to slow it down. They a lot of half-court sets, and they play one-on-one, posting up KD, letting Harden do his thing.
Without KD, though, it might be a little
without KD, I think the Raptors can really push the pace. We're going to see a lot of transition buckets. Nurse, when he has the opportunity to play his guys over 40 minutes, he's going to do it every time. Last night, he didn't get the opportunity, but as 5-point dogs in a really big Eastern Conference matchup, really like it. The spread is not something I really want to be any part of. It's moved now. It was 8.5. Obviously, this news, we're really projecting KD out now back down to 5. So that's what I got for this one.
Yeah, I wrote in my notes, the Raptors, they lead the league in transition possessions, and the Nets are allowing the 5th most points per possession in transition. So they're not very good defensively in transition, where the Raptors succeed the most. So,
yeah. Hey, thank you for joining us here on YouTube. If you would, like the video, leave a comment, let us know your favorite plays of the day, and what you like. If you got a flyer, maybe a little plus 500 or plus, just let us know. Really excited to see what you guys have for us as we can kind of give you guys some free content. We value your time. We want to make these videos short and condensed so we can get you the best content out there. 3-game slate, one more game to go. Phoenix Suns at the Blazers. West Coast teams here. I got to watch the whole Suns game last night, preparing for this one. It was an interesting game. The Clippers, I mean, they handled them really well. Zubac had 4 blocks. Hartenstein had 2 blocks. They couldn't get anything in the paint. Well, tonight's going to be a little bit different as the Trailblazers give up quite a few. They're top 5 in giving up drives to the rim. So I really like Chris Paul here. Just being able to do whatever he wants. And then really Mikal Bridges is someone I'm really looking at points tonight. Him and Cam Johnson kind of had to carry the load last night. They just weren't able to make shots, but the ball kept finding them in opportune spots. So I really like that in this game. Without Ayton and no Booker, but we might see Ayton back. I kind of am optimistic about it. But Joe, what do you got?
Yeah, so I was dead wrong last night about that game. I thought the Suns would take care of business. And I think I did say that Vegas was going to get us maybe on that one. And, well, they did. So, like Noah said, Ayton was ruled out, and that really hurt him.
Yeah.
They just couldn't get anything going. I didn't watch most of the game. I don't know it did. But it was just a struggle. I looked at the box score, and Reggie Jackson had a good night. Luke Kennard had a good night. Marcus Morris had a good night. And that's so I honestly, I don't know why I thought the Suns were going to win when I thought that those guys were going to do well for the Clippers. So I kind of contradicted myself there. But nevertheless, we move on to today. I think Portland, their defense is so bad. And the Suns, I think Chris Paul has a good spot. I think he's got a good spot here just because of the pick and roll game. And on the other side, I think it's a Dame night as well. Pick and roll with JaVale McGee. JaVale's just not very good left and right. I think he's going to be able to get a lot of shots up, get to the mid-range, and then find Nurk on a lot of dump downs. So I kind of like that a lot.
Chase, let's see. Let's bring up Chase. He says, got any Duke Johnson projections yet? Yeah. We're talking in NFL's later, Chase. NBA's right now. Let's keep it moving. So that's it for today. If you would, join the Discord if you want these free picks. We're giving out free picks. Season record 11-5. And there we go. That does it all for today. Joe, anything else?
Yeah, make sure you join the Discord. Links in the description below. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. And hope you guys have a great day.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next one.